Hi, how are ya? Anyway, welcome back to the channel ChrisCanHoop, where I hoop, I react, and today we're just gonna. A lot of people haven't seen this, so I'm gonna put y'all on. Dev did a solo ranking series where basically what he'd do is he'd take people who play 1v1, he'd play against them, he'd give them a ranking on like a tier list, whatever, right? So we have the Kyrie one, right? And I saw someone, I'm going to break this down too. I'm going to break down Hezi God's game as well. Because we thought the Austin Rivers Nas thing showed levels. This game shows levels. I'm not going to lie, this game shows levels. Because Hezi God's in it, and someone basically, they're like, where's your proof of you breaking down? Wait. Where's your proof of you breaking down Hezi God's game? Bro, I don't need to give proof. Hezi God is not anywhere near Kyrie's level at all. And the fact that Hezi God tried to gaslight us into thinking that he actually was because he got a stop on Kyrie, bro, it's inevitable. If you give someone 100 possessions versus an NBA player, they're gonna get at least one stop. At least one stop. Doesn't mean that you're on that level. Just means that you got a chance out of multiple. Anyway, enough about him. Let's get into this. 3, 2, 1, let's go.
So first of all, Kyrie came to work out, but he was still injured from his incident with Giannis during his time with Brooklyn. He was also
And that is the one that is what made me a Bucks hater. It wasn't even like the finals. The finals versus my Suns, right? That's not even what made me a Bucks hater. It's not, because I understand bad reffing is part of the game. NBA needs to fire Scott Foster, because Scott Foster really changed how that finals was supposed to go. It could have gone 7 games, Suns winning. But Scott Foster exists, and he don't like CP3. Anyway, when Giannis injured Kyrie, and then James Harden got injured too, and everybody wanted to be on KD's head, bruh, because his size 900 big toe was hanging 3 millimeters over the 3-point line, which would have sealed the deal and won the game. Man, I started to hate the Bucks. I'm not gonna lie. Still got the shirt though.
underweight, trying to.
Golly, that's hard to do. That high off the glass, fading bank shot. That's hard to do, bruh.
Sauce on the shot. So tough shot mentally and physically. If you give him contact, he has no problem accepting it and going through it. As a matter of fact, he was looking for more and more contact. We all sensed it. Then no matter if we missed a shot, he was never rattled. Never.
Which is very important. If you're going to play one-on-one, or if you're just going to try to be in the basketball space in general, or you're just trying to get better at basketball and it has nothing to do with content, your ability to stay cool and calm, even when missing shots, is going to be very important. If you're one of those people who are always yelling, every time you miss a shot, you are going to be a failure in basketball, because you don't know. The main thing you need to take away from basketball and how to get better, besides working on skill and things like that, the possession that you're in right now with the ball is the only one that matters. Don't worry about the shots you already missed. Don't worry about the shots you could potentially miss or make. Just worry about the play that's being run right now. You will do so much better. And that's what separates levels, besides athleticism and size, right? Minimal skill. It's the ability to just move on from the play that happened and be like, okay, this is what happened. Let me do this better next time. And taking it as a lesson instead of focusing on, oh my God, my stats, my prize picks, right? Stop worrying about stuff like that. But also absorbing contact in a 1v1. 1v1s are more physical than 5v5. You have no choice. It's going to be more physical. So if you can absorb contact, or even initiate contact, or just deal with contact in general, you will be better off than someone who can handle the ball pretty good.
Never complained. Just moved on to the next play. So his toughness, absolutely a 10 out of 10. His finishing. First of all, I'm pretty sure you all know what I'm going to give him when it comes to finishing.
Yep, don't sit down, Hezi.
You gotta understand,
Ryan Carter.
And his
Dang.
arms are longer than I thought.
He got long arms like me, bruh. Golly, big dog. my wingspan is way too tall for. It's way too long for my height. I'm 6 foot, but I think my wingspan is like a door frame. Like I can touch the floor and my door, like the top of my door at the same time when I stand up. So I think that's like what. Let me check real quick. Hold on. Dog, that's like a 6'6". I'm 6 foot with a 6'6" or 6'7" wingspan, bro. That's exactly. And that is exactly why there are certain people on this app called YouTube, called Instagram, that while they have the ball on a string, their handles are boo-boo buns. And I'm not going to say any names. You can have the ball on a string. You can shift your defender for clips. But if you cannot get to your spots and make the shot, or at least get to your spots and get away from defense, you don't have good handles. If when you dribble, you do a move, and your mentality is let me get the clip, and you've already shifted them, but then you wait for them to catch up to do another move, you don't have good handles. You have a content brain. That's different, right? Some of the best ball handlers in the world, Kyrie, Steph, Brad Beal, Darius Garland, James Harden, they get to their spots. They get the shot they want, not the shot they can get, right? That's what separates NBA players and pros and college players and people who can keep up with that level. Even if they haven't played that level, they can at least keep up and make something shake. That's what separates them from the LA Fitness and content creator. Because there's a big difference. We're not going to go into it long in this video, but there's like those of us who hoop and just happen to create content because, you know, it gets a bag sometimes. And then there's those who create content and they think they can hoop. There's a big difference, okay? Two different play groups. The ones who think they can hoop but they make content brain, right? Those of us who hoop but happen to make content on the side just because, you know, it's either fun or whatnot. Some people just do it for a bag. That's fine. Do what you're going to do. That's what separates the two groups. The ability to actually apply and get the shot that you want, not the shot that you can be given, right? That's what separates it.
Didn't feel like
Dude, Hezi was like, oh yeah, oh yeah, oh yeah, oh yeah, oh yeah, oh yeah, I gotta stop on Kyrie. No, you didn't. You really didn't. Kyrie at this time was injured. He was coming back from injury. So even if he wasn't currently injured, he's still in recovery phase, which means he's not going to move how he wants to. Which means you got to stop on a geriatric old man whose knee wasn't working, bruh. Congrats. You did not get a stop on Kyrie. Just being real. Just being real. Honestly, don't think Hezi God would survive at the runs I go to. I'm just being real.
he just does whatever that he wants.
Let me just take this for a snippet. Yep. There we go. Just for the thumbnail.
Part of the move. For those of you who think that this is just an offensive foul, well, it just goes to show you, you don't know what it's like to play against somebody at this level.
Factual. The amount of people, bro, when I go, so there's runs I go to where there's actual like high level college players and semi-pros and things like that, right? The amount of physicality would make like a normal person cry, right? Someone who only goes to LA Fitness or wherever and had never played any ball, bro, it will make them cry. That's why you get in the weight room. The amount of times I've been to just regular recs with normal people who have no basketball experience and I'm trying to get cardio and my muscle memory kicks into overdrive and I hit them with, it's a slight bump, but the average person is very unathletic. The average person is very, very, very unathletic, okay? You hit them with the smallest bump and they're like, that's an offensive, it's not an offensive foul. If you do it right, it's not an offensive foul. You just can't take contact, big dog. Get in the weight room. Oh! Hezi God, what was that? I'm going to start calling you Ryan. I don't believe in calling you Hezi God because that Hezi don't be working. And, yeah. You're not God. Ryan. What? We're gonna go back because that was probably one of the worst possessions I have seen in a game. Flight would make that possession look a little better.
He'll play up and guard tight.
Bro, this looks like you're like, bro, get off me, bro, get off me.
And challenge early and late. I've played against some of the best defenders in the world, so I'm not gonna say that he's Drew Holiday.
Yeah, Drew Holiday is tough. That's a tough defensive pick.
But in a game of one-on-one, you definitely know he's there and that he's a threat to get a stop.
And no, this is not a foul. This is just getting to the spot first and using physicality.
Defense on that day was an 8 out of 10 during my experience.
It didn't work. Don't That's a symptom of overplaying. Basketball is a simple game. Once you start over dribbling and overplaying, that's when you start failing. And I need not.
And just so you know, there are 4 classes being the lows. And in between those are the stars.
I'd probably be a C star 2, C star 1.
So you could be an S class 3-star, for example. Kyrie is the best that it gets. He's an S class 3-star. The knock that I may have given him on his defense doesn't trump anything on offense.
It's because he's
Matter of
injured.
fact, he makes you work so hard on offense that it almost feels like he's playing defense. Now, if you agree or disagree, comment below. And also,
If you disagree, you're probably just a hater.
let me know who you want me to rank next. Keep in mind, I'll only rank players who I play against or somebody from my committee plays against. And who better to trust than me, who's kind of known for playing one-on-ones on YouTube.
Literally. People act like Dev is a scrub, bro. Dev is not a scrub. Dev literally trains professional players. He plays against ex-NBA talent, current NBA talent. He's not afraid he's not afraid of the smoke. People act like he's like MK. They act like this dude is Kenny Chow. They act like he's like one of these TNC dudes. No disrespect to TNC. But Dev is not that. Dev is literally we'll call him grandfather. I'm sorry, Dev. I'm sorry, bruh. Like, Dev is the grandfather of YouTube 1v1s. He just is. He's kind of aging out a little bit now, and he keeps getting injured somehow. I don't understand it. But he is literally the 1v1 guy on this platform. He started it all. He may not have started it per se, but he's the one who pioneered how it runs, right? The boom bap beats in the background, clean ones, good shifty plays, not for clips, just some dudes in the gym making good 1v1 content. He is that guy. But he is no scrub. Make no mistake. If Dev was healthy and in his prime right now, because he's currently not, he's smoking everybody in TNC. Maybe not Ballers Life because they have the really big dudes. But, like, let's not forget where this community came from.
I'll play against anybody, from D1 influencers, NBA players, and I vow to 100%.
Well, Dev, where's my ones?
Be fair. No sugarcoating over here, and no favoritism. So contact. This will be an ongoing series that leads to sanctioned events. Stay tuned. Don't forget to like, comment.
That's honestly my favorite pair of InTheLab shorts that I own. They're so comfortable. Yes, the different colorways, they feel different. I don't know how to explain it. It just makes sense. But yeah, no, like, Kyrie is one of the best to do it. If not the best, most skilled guard of all time. We're not talking production, but he has that too. Pure skill, he's top 5 guards of all time. Now, what he done with basketball, arguably not a top 5 player of all time. But that's besides the point. That's all opinion based. But if you go by like the eye test, right? 100% the most skilled guard of all time. I don't care what anybody says. Argue with your mama. See that wall right there? Argue with it.